ಮಾಡಿಸಿದಿರಾ? ಹೌದು, ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ರಾ? ಒಂದು ಒಪಿಡಿ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಇವತ್ತು ಫ್ರೈಡೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಒಂದು 10 ರೂಪಾಯಿ 20 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ತಗೋತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಒಪಿಡಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಒಪಿಡಿ ಬುಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಅಲ್ಲ ಒಪಿಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬುಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ. ಎಂಟಾಗ್ತಿದ್ದಂಗೆ ಒಂದು 20 ರೂಪೀಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಇದ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಬುಕ್ ಅನ್ನ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಹಳೇದೊಂದು ಇದ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಒಪಿಡಿ. ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರು ಇವ್ರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಇವತ್ತು.
ಸರ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ 16 ಇಂದ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್,
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಸರಿ ಸರ್, ಸರಿ. So page wise assignment, list number 2, page number 1, serial number 1, page number 2, serial number 2 to 6, page number 3, serial number 7 to 13, page number 4, serial number 14 to 17, page number 5, serial number 18 and 19, page number 6, serial number 20 to 24, page number 7, serial number 25 to 31.
Submission number 26, my lord. I appear for appellant, my lord, seal number 26.
Yes.
For 2 weeks accommodation, my lord.
Yes, the request of counsel for the appellant. We list this matter next week. Page number 1, for orders regarding publishing of PF, etc. First time matter, serial number 1. 2 weeks. Office objection, first time matter, serial number 2. 4 weeks. Interrogatory application matter, serial number 3 to 20. Notice. IA dismissed as not first notice. Admission matter 23 to 47. Notice. Number 2, for order serial number 1, yes, week's time is granted to do the needful. Serial number 2, MJ Alva appellant,
My lord, serial number 1, my lord.
yes.
She is stated to be abroad, my lord. I will take steps, my lord.
Yes.
Sub-service, 2 weeks. 2 weeks may kindly be granted. Obligement.
Serial number 2, MJ Alva appellant, Patel D. Karegowda. Yes. 2 weeks time is granted to do the needful. Serial number 3, Ashok Party for appellant, connected matter, Shivakumar P.
Appear for appellant in the connected matter, my lord. In MFA
Yes.
2144 2021.
Yes, the request of counsel for the appellant. Release this matter after 3 weeks.
2 weeks, my lord, kindly.
2 weeks. Either 2144, it is connected, yes. No, the other leave take notice matter. Yes. Otherly connected matter, Ashok and Patil is directed to take notice for respondent number 1. Yes. Yes. What is this? Ready?
Yes.
I will put as assessed.
Yes.
It's 3 wife, minor child and a mother.
2019. Criminal 11,000. What is that claimed income? 25,000. Future prospects ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರಾ? 40%. What is his age?
40 years.
40 years. Oh, what about that deduction? One third deducted. 40,000. $15 multiplier. Yes. Shri, notice to R1 is dispensed at the risk of appellant. Shri Puttaswamy, Burnett Council appearing for claimant has contended that at the time of the accident, deceased was earning 25,000 per month. Tribunal has assessed notional income of the claimant as 11,000 per month is on lawyer side. He further contended that in view of judgment of apex court in case of Magma, the claimants are entitled 40,000 each. Hence, he sought for enhancement of compensation. For contra, Shri Shivanegowda, Learned Counsel appearing for insurance company has contended that even though the claimant has claimed that deceased was earning 25,000 per month, they have not produced any document to establish the same. Therefore, the tribunal has rightly assessed the notional income of the deceased as 11,000 per month. He further contended that considering that age and avocation of the deceased, the tribunal has rightly assessed the overall the compensation awarded by the tribunal is just and reasonable. Hence, he sought for dismissal of the appeal. Heard the Learned Counsel for the parties, Feroz, judgment and award. It is not in dispute. Satish died in road traffic accident occurred on 17/4/2019 due to rash and negligent driving of driver of car bearing registration number KA17 M8850. Even though the claimant has claimed that deceased was earning 25,000 per month, they have not produced any document to establish the same. Therefore, the notional income has to be assessed as per the guidelines issued by Karnataka Legal Service Authority. For the accident occurring 2019, the notional income has to be considered as 14,000. The tribunal has rightly added 40% of the income of the deceased for future prospects and rightly deducted 1/3 of the income of the deceased for personal expenses. At the time of the accident, was aged about 40 years. The multiplier applicable to that age group is 15. Accordingly, loss of dependency has been reassessed as follows. In addition, 15,000 for loss of estate, 15,000 for funeral expenses. In view of judgment of apex court in case of Magma, the first claimant is entitled 40,000 for spousal consortium. Second claimant is entitled 40,000 for parental consortium. Third claim, the claimant number 3 is entitled 40,000 for filial consortium. Accordingly, the appeal is allowed in part. Judgment and award passed by the tribunal is modified as follows.
Srinivasaya A for appellant, G.S. Mullaya.
Ready? Yes. 2012 accident. Yes. 6,000. ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ಮಾನ್ಸೂನ್ ಅರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ ಡೇ ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯುನಲ್ 6,000 ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರಾ 2012 7,000. What is his age? 40%. Where? Old ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ 80 years ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ more. They are entirely depending upon. ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ನೋಡಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವೈಫ್ no first is the wife, second is son, mother and father. Yes, there are 6 ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ 1/5. What is that? Why the tribunal has considered only 1/4? 1/4 income has to be deducted towards the personal expenses as the ratio of the Sarala Varma after deducting. ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲ deduction 1/4. Why they have made it 1/4 when there are 6 dependents? There is no any discussion. It's a wrong. They have accepted yes 1/4 to 1/5. Then future prospects ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರಾ 40% added. Yes. What is that interest? Yes. Yes. Srinivasaya, here learned counsel appearing for insurance claimant has contended that at the time of the accident, deceased was earning 900 to 1,000 per day as a mason. The tribunal has assessed notional income of the deceased as 6,000 per month is on lower side. He further contended that there are 6 dependents. The tribunal, instead of deducting 1/5 of the income of the deceased for personal expenses, has deducted only 1/4. Lastly, he has contended that in view of judgment of apex court in case of Magma, the claimants are entitled 40,000 each. Hence, he sought for enhancement of compensation. Per contra, Sri Moralaya, the learned counsel appearing for insurance company, has contended that even though the claimant has claimed that deceased was earning 900 to 1,000 per day, they have not produced any document to establish the same. Therefore, the tribunal has rightly assessed the notional income of the deceased as 6,000 per month. He further contended that since
గోపాలకృష్ణ మందేమ ఏ కథ మందే ఉండొచ్చు.
considering that age and avocation of the deceased, the overall compensation awarded by the tribunal just and reasonable. Lastly, he has contended that the interest awarded by the tribunal 9% is on higher side. Hence, he sought for dismissal of the appeal. Heard the learned counsel for the parties. There's judgment and award. It is not in dispute. What is the name of the deceased? Nagaraj Naid died in road traffic accident occurred on 15/6/2012 due to rash and negligent driving of driver of car bearing registration number TN02K2436. Even though the claimants have claimed that deceased was earning 900 to 1000 per day, they have not produced any document to establish the same. Under the circumstances, the notional income has to be assessed as per the guidelines issued by Karnataka Legal Service Authority. For the accident occurred in 2012, the notional income has to be considered as 7,000. The tribunal has rightly added 40% of the income of the deceased for future prospects. There are 6 dependents in view of judgment of apex court in case of Sarla Verma. 1/5 of the income of the deceased has to be deducted for personal expenses. 1/5 or 1/6. 1/5. Yes. At the time of the accident, deceased was aged about 37 years. The multiplier applicable to that age group is 15. Accordingly, loss of dependency has been reassessed as follows. In addition, 15,000 for loss of estate, 15,000 for funeral expenses. In view of judgment of apex court in case of Magma, first claimant is entitled 40,000 for spousal consortium. 2, 3, and 4 entitled 40,000 each for parental consortium. 5 and 6, 40 each for filial consortium. The enhanced compensation amount carries 6% interest. Yes. Yes, madam. What is this? When do you want? Next week. Yes. At the request of counsel for the appellant, release this matter next week. Leka? TCR bandila. Without order sheet. Yes. Office is directed to secure the records from the tribunal without order sheet to enable the claimants to withdraw this amount deposited before the tribunal. United India. Krishna Kishore. Respondent number 1 is third unrepresented. Krishna Kishore is directed to take notice for respondent number 1. Notice to R2 is dispensed. Rayal Sundaram. Ravi Samprati. Ravi Samprati, R2 served unrepresented. Ravi Samprati is directed to take notice for respondent number 2. R1 notice dispensed. Office is directed to secure original records from the tribunal. Memo for return of TCR hakidira, withdrawing that amount. Yes. Office is directed to return the TCR to the tribunal. Yes. R2. Yaridara. Yurda R2 notice to R2 is dispensed. United India Insurance Company. What will you are there? Shankar Reddy. Shankar Reddy is directed to take notice for respondent number 1. Learned counsel for the appellant is directed to serve 1 set of copies. Yes, release this matter next week. Yes. 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 2 weeks time is granted. at the request.
Serial number 12, Ashok and Patil for appellant.
Yes, Mr. Ashok. What is that office objection? Original ಮಾಡಿಲ್ವಾ? ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? Karnataka Council for the appellant has submitted that as per section 13 ಅದು deposit ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು as per section 30 of Workman Compensation Act. The entire compensation amount with interest has been deposited before the commissioner Workman Compensation, and he has produced Xerox copy of the acknowledgement having deposited that amount, and the original has been misplaced. To that effect, he has filed a memo. Submission of learned counsel for the appellant is accepted. Office objection is overruled. Yes, what is this matter? Notice, anyhow you are deposited. You want to stay? Yes. Why on what ground you are challenged? That is amendment in 2020. Huh? Yes. Or issue notice stay of judgment and award dated 18th November 2021 passed by Senior Civil Judge CJM Chamarajanagar in ECA number 3 of 2014. Yes, subject to deposit better.
Application matter. Serial number 1.
Appear for respondent.
Yes.
Please, Manoj. Appear first on behalf of Sanmati Manoj for respondent.
Ready?
Please, Manoj.
Yes, madam. Huh? 15th ಏನದು ಆಯ್ತು ಅದು ಬೇರೆ ಕ್ಲೈಮೇಟ್ಸ್ ತಾನೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ 15th 14th ಅದೇನಾ ಬಾಕಿದ್ ಬೇರೆ
14th Aruna madam I am representing you.
Yes, first you argue, let us, which is this MES? MEC ಯಾವ್ದಿದು 4242 ನಾ 4242 accident of year 2000 ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ 4242 ಅಲ್ವಾ you are claiming earning 15,000 income ಎಷ್ಟು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯುನಲ್ ಅವರು accident of year 17 11,000 disabilities ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಯಾವ ಪೇರ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ 15 to that whole body, but what is that the limb disability? Okay, anyway we will have it on Monday. Yes. Notice to R1 is dispensed. Delay of 131 days in filing an appeal is condoned. IA 1 of 2020 is allowed. Use this matter next week.
Kishore Kumar Reddy.
I am for the respondent.
Dispensed. Delay of Yes, Krishna
Yes.
Kishore.
Kishore Kumar Reddy, Your Lordship. I
Kishore
am
Kumar.
appealing.
Yes.
The delay of 8.
Delay of 812 days is condoned, not entitled for the interest.
Yes.
Appear for respondent.
Delay of 179 days is condoned, not entitled for the interest. Dispensed. Yes, Ashok Kumar, notice R1 is dispensed, 71 days delay is condoned. Yes, 2 weeks time is granted to. Where is Shrikant Rao?
Appellant. Appellant in the connected matter. Plus appellants 1 to 5 in the first appeal is are the respondents 1 to 5. I'll serve the copies of the appellant advocate in the connected matter.
Yes, when do you want?
Next week, quantum must.
No, he wants time. He wants to very.
I think.
When do you want?
Next week.
Yes.
I'm a bit permitted to serve copies of the appellant advocate in the connected matter.
Which respondent?
1 to 5 or
1 to 5.
Dispensation.
Go to file. Go to.
Insured dispensation ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ
ಅದೇ ಯಾರು ಅದು ಇನ್ಶೂರ್ ಯಾರು
ಇನ್ಶೂರ್ ಮೆಮೊ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಆಗ್ಲೇ
ಯಾವ ರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡೆಂಟ್
petitioners 1 to 5 are the appellants
Nagraj 1 to 5 yes Mahadev Swami P is undertake to appear for respondent number 1 to 5 office is directed to show his name Learned counsel for the appellant has filed a memo seeking dispensation of notice to R6.
Last time I did this one.
Dispense. Yes. Next week. Yes.
I appear for appellant, my lord. In this
Yes.
case, my lord, by oversight, I have filed the memo for dispensation part 2. Liabilities on the part 2. Memo not pressed, my lord. I may be permitted to take notice to R2.
He will not press memo for dispensation of notice to R2.
I may be permitted to take
Issue
notice.
notice to R2. Yes. Memo is dismissed, not press. Issue notice to R2.
Much obliged.
Yes, Vijay Kumar. Chikkanna next week. 2 weeks. 2 weeks to do the needful.
My lord, one submission, my lord, one submission.
Yes.
My lord, this matter is connected with MFA 682 of 22. Mr. T. Vijay Kumar appears for the claimants in the other case. Therefore, there is no necessity to take steps. That matter may be called along with this appeal, my lord.
This appeal may be called along with that. Adu 2 weeks time. This appeal may be called along with that.
682/22. 682.
2 of 22. Yes.
682/22.
Yes, Lingraj.
I appear for the appellant.
Yes.
ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೇ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ we have to deposit on 16/5/22.
Deposit ಮಾಡಿದಾರಾ ಎಂತ? Yes, you have deposited.
ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. We have deposited in May itself.
Yes. Other has not filed an appeal. What has happened that? Yes, Mr. Lingraj, we'll have it Monday along with that matter. Yes.
Monday ಬೇಡ, week after next.
No, he wants, no, for hearing his application for withdrawing, not for main.
ಅವ್ರು ವಿತ್ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ both the companies have challenged. I have challenged the negligence 50-50 ಮಾಡಿ ಎರಡು ವೆಹಿಕಲ್. Magma, I am told Mr. Pradeep has also filed appeal. But he also deposited, but I don't know that details. I could not get the details.
No, therefore, we will call this matter along with that appeal. In that case also, he has filed an application for withdrawing. That case, 25% will pass an order. Yes. Learned counsel for respondent has submitted that this appeal may be called along with that so and so. Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday. Yes. Yes.
Now the trial court has ordered only 10% fee. Most of the cases, when they give the compensation, 30% can be given to the mother.
Which is that law?
Not the judgment of the Honorable High Court.
No. Is there any law?
The law of succession also, mother has equal right to the compensation as compared to the daughter-in-law and the child. What happens is when we are equal legal heirs, so 30% each to be given. Hence, this court itself has given 30%. Hence, it may be stayed at least.
No. We'll stay only 30% of that award. Let them, yes. Or issue notice. Stay of judgment and award dated. A stay of releasing of 30% of the award amount with interest. Stay of releasing of the award amount with interest for a period of 4 weeks. Yes. Issue notice. Releasing in favor of the claimants. Yes. Notice. R1. File it in that office. Will issue notice. You file it in that office in respect of others, you pay the process. Yes, notice. This is a discrepancy of the claim amount with that of the judgment and award. What is this? What is that mistake?
Actually, the tribunal has awarded 2,65,000.
There is a discrepancy in the claim amount with that of the judgment and award. Where is that claim amount? When discrepancy claim amount entry.
Judgmental claim amount difference.
What is that claim amount in that judgment? Sorry.
10 lakhs until
No, that appellant before this court is 9,50,000, hence court fee of 15 is paid. Yes, claim before the tribunal is 10 lakhs. The office of section income. Yes, madam, what is that discrepancy? Petitioners claim sum of rupees 12,89,000 being a compensation injury sustained motor vehicles claim criminal. Awardal 12 lakhs antide. That is a mistake. issue notice. Yes. Yes. Vijay Kumar.
Please, my lord, this appeal by the HDFC Ergo General Insurance Company, my lord, challenging negligence. There is a delay of 25 days, my lord, but stay is required, my lord. I am ready to deposit 50% of the award amount.
Issue
Dispute
notice.
with regard to liability and quantum of compensation.
Stay of judgment and award dated 17th February 2022 passed by City MSC 1024/2018, subject to deposit 50% of the award amount with interest. So that Vijay Kumar delay is there.
Yes, that's what I submitted. There is a delay of 25 days in filing.
Entire compensation amount with interest within 4 weeks from today.
Before High Court, my lord, and amount may be kept in any nationalized bank.
Before High Court, yes.
Before High Court, and that amount may be kept in any nationalized bank.
High Court ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡ್ತಾರೆ. There is a direction. All amount.
Please, my
has
yes. Please, my lord.
Deny that. What is their claim? Employee compensation, seeking compensation, acting employee didn't. He was a driver. No document has been produced. Yes, issue notice. Or issue notice, stay of judgment and award passed by the principal civil judge and commissioner for employee. Compensation. ECA 8 of 2018. Yes.
Serial number 20. Serial number 25.
Yes.
Sir, for the respondent lordship.
Yes.
But I have filed NOC Wakalat. My name is not coming in the list. I am Matthew here. PM Matthew. My name may be made in some lordship.
Wakalat hakidira. Have you filed an wakalat?
Yes, I filed NOC Wakalat.
No, it is not there.
Okay,
you
lordship.
verify in that office, Mr.
I'll check it, lordship. Lordship, as per this, your lordship's order, the insurance company has deposited 50% of the amount. For drawing this amount, I need that LCR to be transferred to the lower court lordship.
First come on record. Then we'll see. Yes, next week. You verify in that office, your wakalat is not there, Mr. Nath.
Matter is maybe order to turn. I'll look at it in the office lordship. That order the records may be transferred to the lower court lordship.
Next week.
Okay.
Yes, next week.
Lordship. Wait, maybe for Tuesday, lordship.
Managing Director KCI.
Maybe possible on Tuesday, lordship.
Somebody will take notice. Respondent is served unrepresented. FS Dabali is directed to take notice. Cabinet Council for the appellant is directed to serve one set of copies.
Maybe that.
28, D. Vijay Kumar.
My lord, I am for the appellant, my lord. These two appeals are by the APS, BMTC challenging negligence and quantum of compensation. I am ready to deposit 50% of the award amount before High Court.
Issue notice. Third, issue notice. Stay of judgment and award dated 2022 passed by MECT Bangalore in MEC 2649 of 2020 dated 18th April 2022 subject to deposit of 50% of the award amount with interest before the tribunal within 4 weeks from today.
Number 29, D. Vijay Kumar.
Same, my lord, same order.
Yes. Issue notice. Stay of judgment and award dated 27th April 2022 passed by MECT Bangalore in MEC 5848 of 2019, subject to deposit 50% of the award amount with interest before the tribunal.
One submission, my lord. One submission. Yes. Kindly order for hand delivery in all the 3 cases, my lord.
Yes, it will be ready. Today only we will release, Mr.
Then no problem.
Anyhow, that I have to sign it today. Yes, from Monday yes, onwards, not available. Yes.
That is why, my lord, I made much obliged, my lord. Much obliged.
Yeah. Yes. How much it is awarded? Yes. Third, issue notice. Stay of judgment and award dated 18th May 2022 passed by MECT Bangalore in MEC 7857 of 2019, subject to deposit 15 lakhs within 4 weeks from today before the tribunal. The second response. Yes. Yes. We'll have it next week. Really next week. Yes. Release this matter. When do you want, Mr. Ram? Next week. Yes.
Allow execution proceed after. So next page and everything is good. I'll start it.
Someone asked for